Welcome in everyone to Hot Shot Seekers Pro Pulling League action from the Badger State, pulling for hope in Baraboo, Wisconsin. Already see our first tracker out on the track, Alex Bayer, Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Ford 8340 calls it blue. Have a bunch of classes on tap for you tonight. We have Pro Stock Diesel, Truck Super Farm, Hot Farm, Light Limited Supers, Pro Stock, Super Modified two-wheel drives, Limited Pros, Light Pro Stock, and Pro Farms, all coming at you. So this is going to be a free preview for this first class, I believe, will be determined. And after that, you will have to go to propulling.tv in order to see the full event. It's like our first face shield is down, RPM's on the way. Here we go, Alex Bayer, Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Whoa, something not right off the bat. Okay, gotta talk about our rule. Did not get past 100 feet. We're going to take him back if he so chooses. He is also the test puller. He could drop all the way to the bottom of the class. But it looks like he's going to exercise his option to go right back to the line. Going to see maybe we change gears, see if there's something else he doesn't like. Public Enemy weight transfer machine from right up there in Wisconsin. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Shane. I will be your commentator for this free preview. Hot Shot Secrets coming on as a sponsor with the Pro Pulling League this year. And like I said, we have a bunch of classes here. These light limited super stocks alone, we have 15 looking to make the call to go on down the track here tonight. Always heard a lot about this pull, Baraboo, Wisconsin. Always a big fundraiser there for the Children's Hospital. But let's see if Alex has everything changed around a little bit. All right, that's more like it right there for the Ford Big Blue. The Bear family gonna be looking to see a thumbs up or a thumbs down from Alex, see if he likes that hook or not. If I'm him, I've got to think about all the tough runners right behind me. Got David Zinn, Z-Ride up next with Runkle, Earl's Dream, Josh Wackles, IH766 just for fun in the hole. That's going to be your next three. Still waiting for a signal from the in flag man. Three 1-6 and 53, 316 and 53 for blue. See the marks at the pan left from the sled there. Really digging in. So how that works, there are bars up underneath that sled. You see the black painted part up where the front wheels are. That is the pan of the sled itself. Whenever that box hits a certain trip going up through those rails where you see the box comes up and that drive shaft kind of spinning as it rolls backwards, there's a strip there. It pushes that weight all the way down. I can't see exactly how many weights we're running in our sled here right off the bat with the Public Enemy, but it looks like on the other track we have another one rolling out. Looks like we're going to go Cruising Confusion. David Schultz, Ripon, Wisconsin, the case 970. Here in our Pro Farm class, we have a whole 6 of those. We'll be looking for Brad Struder, Waterford, Wisconsin, the Ford 8630, and then Matt Larson out of Baraboo with the John Deere 4450. Have the Terminator weight transfer machine over here on this track. Absolutely beautiful looking 970, last year's points champion. All right, that beautiful case 970 rolls forward, tightens up the chain. We're about ready to rock and roll here with our Pro Farm class. Last year's points winner is the next tractor after this case 970 register and that blue Venom Ford 8630. He's on deck. See our beautiful drone shot there as we're waiting for everything to get ready to go. Maybe having a little trouble getting it into gear. Maybe been sitting over the winter time. Everything's just kind of had time to seize up just a little bit. Maybe needs a little help. Nothing major at all. While we're thinking about it, last year's points winner for the light limited superstock, Steve Zenz with the Oliver 1855. His brother actually up on the track on the light limited supers next. We talk about the Z ride, the white 125, and here we go, David Zenz. Oh, it just gave up on the public enemies. Did not today. The white 125 out of Potosi, Wisconsin. David Zenz gonna get his distance here for it. Did just get word from trackside that the big blue did drop, so our new first place distance and official distance of the light limited supers. David Zenz, Z ride 3:26 and 58, 3:26.58 for the ride. Gonna be looking for Earl Green and David Runkle up next. Then we're gonna go to Just for Fun, Josh Wachholtz and Adam Nemitz. Kent, Illinois, the 686 machine. Those are going to be your next three. We have got 15 on tap here for our light limited super. We'll be looking for the pan back over to our Pro Farm class. Looks like we have everything ready to go. He's giving the hand. He's giving the head shake. He's ready to go. Terminator's ready to go right behind him. First hook of the season is always the most nerve-wracking one, but here we go. Oh, you better back up. Try that again. Perhaps first-time driver, not totally sure. And take him back. Try it again. We know better than that. That's not how we want to start this class of Pro Farms up. All right, green light. Green flag is out for our Pro Farm. David Schultz, Ripon, Wisconsin, Cruising Confusion. And right there, Cruising Confusion. See the happiness in the expression there at the end of the run. His first run has to be. See, Dad looks like coming up there congratulating son on his first ever run. That was a great run for David Schultz. Gonna get his official distance in here, 281.50, 281.50 as you see the replay on here. Came out and drove it like a champ, just straight down the middle of the track. Maybe the first run, don't want to get your front end too high in the air. Get a good A to B pass under your belt. And you can see again how excited he was to get that one underneath him. All right, here we go. Earl's Dream, Black Stripe International. Whoa. Public Enemy just slamming the binders on them hard. Got the steering wheel there. Never seen that one. Find out just where we're going to go. We just got word from our Pro Farm side. The cruising confusion has dropped as he was the test hook again. Going to get the distance here for Earl's Dream here just momentarily. 3:06.29, 3:06.294. Earl's Dream, Mr. David Runkle of Kent, Illinois. See some of our sponsors there on your screen. Apex Turbo, sponsor of the Hot Shot Secrets Pro Pulling League. And you see that QR code that has popped up onto your screen, ladies and gentlemen. That is you take your camera with your phone and shoot that QR code, and it will take you to the ProPulling.tv, where after these first classes, you will have to purchase the rest of the show. And there is a great show on tap. You've diesel trucks, you've got super farms, you've got hot farm, pro stock, two-wheel drives, 4.1 limited pros, and light pro stocks. Those light pros, I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do. Looks like we've had a little change in the order. Going to go to Matt Larson right out of Baraboo, binder grinder, 4450. And that's going to be our first official distance for our 10,000 pound 640 Pro Farm. 242 against obviously the limit. On the engine, 3,000 RPM limit. And what does that mean? That means if you exceed the 3,000 RPM mark going down the track, you are disqualified. They have a plug-in built into their tractors, and the sled has a box either in the cab, or sometimes it will be right there on the board. Pretty good A to B path. 288.93. Going to be really interesting to see if David Schultz dropping it to 970, if he comes back and gets a little more aggressive now that he's got that first A to B pass underneath his belt, or what's going to happen. Absolutely beautiful night here in Baraboo, Wisconsin, hoping for hope to the Children's Hospital. There's a lot about this pool. See Hot Shot Secrets Pro Pulling League logo there in the top right-hand corner. You really see those rakes working that dirt back in, have to fill the holes in order for these competitors to have the track maintained. We'll be looking for Josh Wacholtz, Oshkosh, Wisconsin, I-766. Just for fun, as green light, green flag all the way. 3:26.58 is the mark to beat. Tractor did not like something, got underneath that turbocharger, maybe came out in a little too tall of a gear. Gonna find out if we went past 100 feet. See on our replay here, really good hole shot. Tires hooked up really well right out of the hole. Front end started to come up, really starting to get a picture perfect path. That right there is kind of what leads me to the gear. The stuff was working absolutely perfect. Wheels in the air, good tire speed on a straight run. And we're going to take him back for attempt number 2. So maybe we're going to go down a gear, maybe get a little more grip. If you guys see that QR code up on your screen, that is going to be the link you follow to Pro Pulling TV to get the pass for either the year, or you can buy it by the session. That's at your discretion. See, we're back into this. We're a little crooked now. Make sure we get all that dirt that clumped up together back down smooth for this tractor. Looks like we're ready to go. One final attempt. It is just for fun. Josh Wacholtz, Oshkosh, Wisconsin, the 766. Oh, you see the bouncing in the tires, missing the tire pressure just a little bit. And what does that mean? You get to, whenever you go to bouncing, you've got a little too less than what you need. Right? You go down through there, you just start bouncing, kind of loading and unloading those tires. It will kill you every single time. Don't look at the replay again. He came out fairly straight from where he was. It looked like he was more crooked in the sled from the straight on angle that I had. Picked up the front end beautifully, but right there, you just see him load, unload, load, unload. It's just hurting him the whole way down through there. And it shows 299.28, 299.28 for the Just for Fun. Gonna be jumping back over to our Pro Farm side, and here is your 2024 10,000 pound 640 Pro Farm champ, Brad Struder. Waterford, Wisconsin calls this one Blue Venom. Can see we had some sort of liquid coming out on the tractor. Don't really know what it was. If I had to guess, it's water. Kind of tough to tell with that head-on shot of where exactly that liquid coursing from, but it's going to go away on the distance from the track. See, that water was going down the whole way through there. Not sure if we have a leak somewhere with the cooler, maybe, because you can see the hoses there. Not totally sure. Gonna go now. Adam Nimitz, Kent, Illinois. The I-686 he calls. This is I-686. This tractor actually was in my area of the Blue State for a little while. Jamie Barger, I believe, had this tractor at one point in its life. But we're going to go after that 326 and 58 for number 1. Beautiful overhead drone shot from here. The point for hoping Baraboo, Wisconsin, with the hot touch pro pulling lead. Here we go, 326 and 58 to mark the B. Oh, something upsetting the setup down through there. You can see the aerial view. The sled was kind of starting to change path heading towards that chalk line too. Wow, just really started hopping kind of violently on him. Not going to get it done tonight, but he will live to fight another day. See here on our replay, let's look at exactly what happened. Tires come up, spinning good, spinning good, spinning good. Up. Yeah, really just the same thing as the last one. Just air pressure kind of got him. This track's biting hard. Out throwing these guys for a loop. All right, International backing in now on our Pro Farm side. Going to be Scott Burkhardt. Winnebago, Illinois is where he calls home. Calls this one Get Her Done. On next, we're going to have Colton Fox with Red Hot Fox and then Derek Mike. It's binder time. Going to be our next ones here, and then we're going to go back to our test puller, David Schultz with Cruising Confusion. Going to be chasing the binder of 296 and 97. Really good variety of color in this class so far. We've had the Case, we've had the Ford, we've had the John Deere, and now we've got the International. All right there for the International. I'm going to see where he shakes up the order. I think we might be looking at a number 2 main, if not number 1. There's a good straight wheels down A to B pass again. Sometimes that's all it takes to win these pulls. Let's see here on our replay, good whole shot tires fight right off the bat. 297 and 42, new leader. It's binder time. Taking the lead, 297 and 42. The 1066 out of Westville, Wisconsin. So currently, as we stand with this 640 Pro Farm class, we've got red number 1, a green one number 2, a Ford, and number 3 so far. All right, got our first green one of the night over here on our light limited superstock, Cody Witchman. Out of Illinois, the John Deere 7410. Positive from Positive Conflict. We're going to go to Aaron Klecker out of Monticello, Iowa, the Double Vision. And then going to go Mark Wittenbach, Stock City, Wisconsin, the New Holland T70. You see the tire choice primarily in this class before it's been 30.5, and you're allowed to run either 30.5 or the 24.5. We'll elaborate a little bit more at the end of this run. Oh! When to bring the RPMs up, you see the flash right out in front. That is always the indicator of a turbocharger. Coming apart up underneath there, you see there's not that secret Magic State crew checking out what's going on underneath the hood. And man, that's unfortunate. First hook of the year, you never ever want to see that happen. Unfortunately, that's going to be all she wrote for him. See some of the new safety measures we put into place over the offseason already coming into play with the blown turbocharger. Really contains it inside of the tractor itself instead of coming up and out and possibly through the sheet metal. We're looking for Aaron Kleckler, Monticello, Iowa, going to be up next. great overhead shot from our drone here as we take the John Deere off the track. See that QR code still on your screen as well, propulling.tv. If you scan that code, it will take you to where you can purchase this, because after this first couple of classes are over on each side, we are going to have to send you over to where you have to purchase it for the rest of the show. Those diesel trucks, super farm, hot farms, pro stock, super modified two-wheel drive trucks, limited pro stocks, and light pro stocks are all on the table here tonight. See plenty of equipment. Whenever you see that QR code and you scan it there, you get a season pass to where you get access to all the PPL stream events for this year. See a different one rolled out onto the track now, the Oliver 1850. The Double Vision. Been a great class of light limited supers so far. Have 3 to go. It looks like Alex Bayer is going to come back. He was our test hook. Aaron Kleckler is on the line, and then Mark Wittenbach. Those will be our final 3 in the class, and we are down to 3 to go on our Pro Farm side as well. Wow, look at that. Couldn't have worked out any better. Once again, once the whistle blew, you will have to go purchase it through propulling.tv. Easy access, just scan that QR code that's on the screen right there. Something not quite right there coming out of the line for the Oliver. Maybe just didn't grab enough RPMs there for the gear he's wanting to turn. Maybe a little clutch issue. We'll just have to wait and see. There you see on your screen the PPL event schedule, June 13th in Jewel, Missouri, Fayette, Missouri, June 14th, Seymour, Wisconsin, Jerseyville, Illinois, Mountain City. All those PPL events are coming up in a hurry, but here we go, our final attempt for Oliver. Whoa! Oliver carrying the front end all the way down through there. Not sure if he's going to be number 1 or not. We're going to have to wait for the laser to tell us. He's got to be 326 and 58. There's a big gap between him and second place, which was at 306 and 29, and he does. Aaron Kleckler, Winslow, Illinois, 311 and 15. 311.1. For the Double Vision Oliver 1850. Go back over to our Pro Farm side. We're going to be looking for Scott Burkhardt, Winnebago, Illinois. Oh no, that's Colton Fox back into the hole. Red Hot Fox. Try saying that 10 times fast. The IH-1466. That's a tall mark to beat. 297.42, 297.42. Where we've got to be for first place. Here the RPM's on the way. That smoke's starting to change color. Here we go. The Red Hot Fox. Whoa, got a little bit sideways, using up every inch of the track that we could get. Could be getting your distance here for him shortly. 275 and 30. 275.30. See him walking all the way around. Every time he's doing it with that sled topped out like that, it's just digging in the dirt, just costing him distance the entire way. See our next light limited super stock rolling out onto the track. See plenty of crowd on hand here tonight in Baraboo. Yep, there's your Pro Pulling League streaming schedule. The next one being June 20th and 21st from Epico, Indiana. And the last weekend in June in Macon, Missouri. July 4th weekend, Osceola, Iowa. That is one that's on my list. That one was the other Zen Tractor's last year's points winner right there, chasing his own at 326.58. Waiting to see where he's going to shake out. See the replay, the 30.5 start turning really good. Wheels in the air the whole way. Little pat right there. Started coming down through there straight as an arrow. Absolutely beautiful. And last year's points winner has gone back to number one again. 3:32, 47, 3:32, and 47, taking the lead by about 8 feet. 6 feet. I'm sorry, 6 feet. And see the indication he's given him. I think we have some hitch problems. That's another safely implementation that has happened over here over the last couple of years. we put a tab on the end of our hook to kind of keep the tractor from coming unhooked that way. That now sits up underneath there, so that it gets to hopping around. It's kind of hard for it to turn loose. Alright, looks like we're good now. Skylar Kart, Winnebago, Illinois calls it Get Her Done. Oh yeah, the Get Her Done. Scooting down through, they're going to be looking for 297 and 42 if he wants to go into the #1 spot. And he does. 3:02 and 12, 3:02.12 for Scott Burkhardt. International taking the lead. And that's going to leave us with 1 to go. David Schultz and the Cruising Confusion. The 970, that was our test book in this class. We're going to have a summer full of action here for the Hot Shot Secrets Pro Balloon League, and you can get it all right there. If you scan that QR code on your screen, you can possibly buy the season pass, or buy each session individually, or a price for the entire weekend. Here we go, Light Limited Super, Mark Wittenbach, the T6. RPM just climbing down. That's going to be all she wrote. Something upset it. I think with the gearing for these guys for a loop here tonight, these guys are just not hitting their marks like they usually do. That tractor can run a lot better than that. I've seen it run a lot better than that before. I don't love that drum truck high above the fairgrounds there in Baraboo. The Pulling for Hope as the T670 rolls off and heads back to the pit area. We can get a look at some of the tractors that's going to be competing later on ProPulling.tv. I can see the Super Farms lined up ready to go here in just a second, along with the Hot Farm. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, have plenty of classes on tap for you. Super Farms are up next, and the Hot Farms, Pro Stock diesel trucks, Pro Stock tractors. Cannot wait to see those. Super modified two-wheel drive, 4.1 limited Pro Stock, and the 540 cubic inch Light Pro is going to be all in action here as soon as these previews are over. Going to be chasing 302 and 12. There's a little bit of a gap to slide into 302 and 12. 219 and 42 at second place. You see now they're getting a little more detailed. Where we need to aim for. We're going to get a little more aggressive with our setup here. The first one was just kind of an A to B. All right, we're good to go. This young man is ready to go now and go for the win. Again, take a good one to beat Scott Burkhardt. Yeah, good launch. Aw, don't know what happened. It was going till it wasn't. Something's not happy from after that first run. I guarantee that's not going to be the last time we see this young man going down the track, though. Just say there's something not quite happy. Just don't know exactly what it was, but that does wrap up our Pro Farms. All right, we've got our test puller back into the sled again for our light limited supers. The last one, or the Zenz brothers are going home. Number 1 and number 2, Alex Bear, Center Prairie, Wisconsin. Ford 8340. And as soon as we show you the replay for this machine, we are going to have to end our free preview to everybody. And you guys go over to propulling.tv. And watch this great event, great calls going on up here at Baraboo, Wisconsin. And check out the season pass. Have plenty of events on tap for you this summer. And hopefully, we'll get to hang out again sometime soon after. On the Pro Pulling TV side, you will be listening to the track announcer there. All right, here we go. Ford 8340 calls it. Big Blue, Alex Bear. Hey, Big Blue. Flexing some muscle coming down through there. Great run, wheels in the air the entire way. Perfectly set up run for that Ford 8340. Look at the wheel speed right out of the gate. Gonna get his distance. He is going to finish up number 3, 3:15 and 28, 3:15.28. And that's going to be all she wrote for Alex Bear. So Steve Zenz is your winner. David Zenz, number 2, Alex Bear, number 3. And you can see high atop the Baraboo, pulling for hope. See that QR code on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Please go scan that and go watch this event. This event has been fantastic so far. I'm excited. I'm going to be watching this event the rest of the night with you guys. And wow, it's going to be a great night here for the Baraboo Trucking Cup course here. Super Farms and Hot Farms waiting in the wings, ready to go. Always a tough group of Super Farms up there. The amount of vehicles, haulers that are just there in the crowd is absolutely fantastic, but once again, you guys, if you guys don't wanna miss any of this action, go to ProPulling.tv for all of the action the rest of the season.